Hello. Today I wanted to talk about something that is very relevant, so much so that it only really happened this afternoon, but it's something that, looking back, has made me very angry, very reticent, and it's injustice. As someone with Aspergers, I have a very strong sense of moral justice, as well as justice in general. I'm not a lawbreaker. I find it difficult to break the rules. I like the rules. Anyone with Aspergers likes rules because they're boundaries that are clearly defined, that you can work within. Like board games. When I was a kid, I used to love playing board games because they had set rules, and you couldn't go outside the rules. You couldn't break the rules. And if anyone did break the rules, and they were called out for it, and the person in charge of the game, or my parents, would let them off, I would sulk so badly. It was comical looking back on it now, but even then I had this really strong sense of moral adjustment and treating people equally, and that has gone throughout my life, and it spills over into the workplace quite a lot, where I see people being treated differently for the same infringements. Some people are allowed to get away with certain things and other people aren't, and it's caused me a lot of angst and frustration and anger down the years, that some people can seemingly charm themselves around the rules and just know what to say at the right times, and they can play the game, or play their game, so they can flirt in and out of the rules and bend them to their benefit. In my world, the rules aren't flexible, they're rigid, and that's how I like them, because then I know where my boundaries are, I know where I stand, I know where other people, how they're going to react, because they have to act by the same rules. But when they don't, really peeves me off. And this social injustice it's weird, because I don't have much empathy or sympathy, which is a subject for another video, but when I see an injustice, whether it be something that has affected me directly, or on TV, I can watch the news and see some really horrible, tragic things unfolding in the world, like the conflict in Syria, and doesn't affect me, doesn't touch me on any level. But when I watch the local news and when I see an article about a guy who was trying to get a parking ticket overturned on a technicality, but it was a clear-cut technicality. He wasn't infringing the rules, but someone else has interpreted them different. I get really wound up, and it really affects me, and it will stick with me for quite a while afterwards. And as I said, that's something looking back in my life. That's when I was a kid. I was that kid always saying it's not fair, and I was always saying it's not fair because I knew the rules, and people were breaking them, should have been punished, and when they weren't, I really got angry, and that spilled out into the workplace. And it used to be a big issue for me when I was working on the shop floor, not management. Now management's a little less. I'm in a different category now, and certain rules don't apply to me and new rules do apply to me, so I have to take myself out of the situation, and I'm the one very often applying the rules, and I get frustrated if I don't get backed up by my superiors when I bring something to them and say, this person's broken this rule, what are you going to do about it? And it just eventually, you just come across as being very petty about everything. That's been something that's been levelled at me throughout my life. You're very petty, you know, you hold on to little things and you won't let it go, and you don't forgive and you don't forget. And before I got diagnosed, I would often question why these little things bugged me, and I couldn't let go of, and other people could let go of them. And now I understand it was my Aspergers that it's the way my brain's programmed. The injustice is something I don't get over very, very easy. So all I ask in life is that I'm treated fairly and I'm treated on equal terms to other people. And when that doesn't happen, I get overly frustrated and overly annoyed by it, more so than neurotypical people would. So if you ever see someone with autism or Asperger's getting annoyed at those little things, you know it's not a little thing to them. It's a big thing, and yeah, you might not have known that was an issue with people with Asperger's, but now you do. Thanks for watching.